Are you currently working from home? Ever wondered if you can claim some money back because of that? Well, now you can, and I'll show you how, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stan, and before we start, I just want to say thank you as always for your continuous support, for all the likes, all the comments, and all the new subscriptions, so thank you. And today we'll be talking about working from home and the tax relief that you can actually claim back because of the extra expenses from working from home. So the working from home tax relief is for all employees who are required to work from home. And this is providing you've got additional expenses or costs, such as gas and electricity, which most people would have unless you're like sitting in the cold or in the dark, which I presume you don't. So the three options you have are, first one is you can claim back £6 per week from your employer. However, a lot of people aren't having much luck with that one because your employer doesn't have to give it back to you. I mean, it's worth trying. You could speak to someone in HR if you think you're sort of eligible for it, so definitely go for it. The second one, which I'll go over more in detail later, but basically the second one is you can claim back £6 tax relief every week. So this is without any receipts, any proof, and this is what we'll be focusing on today. And then the third one is if you do think you are eligible for more, so you think your costs are significantly higher, you can claim back more. However, you need sort of the receipts. It's a bit of a longer process as you need to prove that the higher costs are solely due to you being from home and nothing else. So those are our three options, and we'll basically focus on the second one. So in October 2020, so last month, there's been a recent change in the working from home tax relief. So before you had to claim for every single week that you're working from home, whereas now to make it easier, you can basically claim for the whole year, even if you work from home just one day. So I'll put the link in the description below. However, gov.uk have launched a dedicated microservice for this, and you can claim back an entire year's of tax relief as long as you've worked at least one day from home. And you can actually track this back until the 23rd of March. This is when the first lockdown started in the UK. So that gives you extra 2 weeks. So definitely worth trying and giving it a go, especially if you've been working from home from then. So why is this happening, you may ask? Well, HMRC said this year is a bit different. Need I say more? We all know what's been happening for the last few months. So they do recognise that it's been tough, and this is why they're introducing it. And then the second reason is basically allowing people to apply for the whole year. It saves them time and money. The processing costs for HMRC sort of are drastically decreased because you can just say to people, look, whether you've worked one day at home or 101 days at home, you can claim back for the whole year. Just makes it easier for us, makes it easier for them. And one thing that HMRC have said, so I'll just read you a little quote, so that we recognise that the working from home situation is very fluid this year, so we're accepting claims for the full year's expenses. This includes even if people have only worked from home for some of the year to avoid needing to contact us if you have to work from home again. So like I said, whether you work one day at home or 101 days at home, you can claim back for the whole year. So on the screen now, this is what this basically looks like. So if you're claiming £6 per week tax relief, this is what it's worth. So if you're on the basic 20% tax rate, for example, like I am, you'll get back £1.20 a week. So basically that doesn't mean you save £6 a week. You only save the tax you would have paid on that. So 20% off £6 is £1.20, and that adds up to £62.40 a year. If you're on the higher tax rate, that's £2.40 a week, and if you're on the top 45% rate, that's £2.70 a week. So the way you receive this money is through a tax code change. Again, this takes a few days to get processed, usually a couple of days, but basically your tax code gets changed so that you pay less tax for the remainder of the tax year. So even though you're not getting £60 sort of cash in hand, there you are paying less tax, therefore your paycheck goes up a little bit. I know it's not a lot, especially if you're thinking now we're in November, so you've got December, January, February, March. It's not that much, but again, it's £60 is £60. So if you are working from home and your expenses have gone up, I think £60 is £60 at the end of the day, so go for it. Some questions you may already have. If you've already submitted a form beforehand, so for the certain weeks you had to work from home or for certain days you had to work from home, you can resubmit a working from home tax relief form. So basically the PAC7, which is what it's called, you can resubmit that, and you can do that for the whole tax year. Next question is, if you fill in a self-assessment form, you can't use this microservice, or you can't use this service at all. However, you can still claim back money for the whole year, even if you weren't required to work from home for the whole year. So you can still do that as part of your self-assessment. So basically, you can still do it. However, it's a bit different for you. If you want to claim back more time, you can do this up to April of 2016. However, the criteria is a bit stricter. You can't claim for the whole year. You can only claim back for the time you're at home. So you have to resubmit a P87 form for every tax year. However, you can still get money back. So if you have been working from home and your expenses are higher for, say, 2018 and 2019, you can do that. So like me, you may be wondering what happens if you're only required to work from home part-time. For example, for my work, my office is still open. I mean, it's reduced capacity, but they are encouraging to work from home. I still like to go in, get some work done. However, you might be wondering, okay, I'm only required to work from home part-time. What do I do? HMRC have confirmed that even if you're working from home part-time, even if you're working from home sort of 1 day a week and then the rest in the office, or other people from your work are still going into work, you can still claim back the full £6, whether it's for your employer or your tax relief. You can still claim it, no problems, as long as your expenses have increased. Also, the working from home tax relief is an individual benefit. So whether you live on your own, whether you live with your partner, whether you live with multiple people, if your expenses have increased, you can all basically claim for it. So let's say you and your partner live together. If you're both required to work from home, you can both claim for it. You can both claim for the tax relief. So now I'm going to show you how to make the application and what to do. So if we go over to the screen now, so when you click on the link in the description below, this will pop up. So claim tax relief for your job expenses, working from home, how much can you claim, and then check if you can claim. So there's a few initial questions. Are you only claiming tax relief on your expenses for working from home? Yes. Do you complete a self-assessment? No. Has your employer paid your expenses for working from home? No. Did you start working from home because of coronavirus? Yes. So you can claim tax relief for your work-related expenses online. You can do this. It takes about 10 minutes. What you will need to claim your tax relief online. So here you'll need a government gateway user ID and your password. So if you haven't got that, basically make one. So in order to register, you basically need your details. So your name, your email, you need a password. You need to set up some security questions and what type of account you want. I'll show a picture of it, and then basically I'll show you here. So this was me doing it. So a few security questions. So enter your details, first name, last name, that's your insurance number and date of birth. Pretty easy. If we skip ahead, then it wants you to choose 2 items we can ask you about. So I went for a driving license, and they'll ask you some details so they can check you are who you are. You can choose a UK passport or a payslip. However, this needs to be a UK passport, so I went for a payslip. And then it asks you enter the amount of tax deducted on a payslip. So that will be on your payslip. You just have to show them or write down how much you're paying. And then the follow-up question was, sorry, it took me some time to actually find it. And then the second question was enter the amount of national insurance from your payslip. Again, that's all on there. And the last question was, we need your consent to share information. So are you happy to share information with the DVLA? Yes. And then ask you about your driving license details. So your surname, the issue date, expiry date, license number, and the issue number. Again, it's all on your license. Once you confirm all that, press OK. It says identity check complete, so all good. And then it takes you to the claim. So again, it takes a few minutes as long as you've got all the details there in front of you. You've got your passport or your payslip or your driving license. It takes a few minutes to sign up. So once you're logged in, it takes you to the claim, and this is what it looks like. So you must read the following before making a claim. You can use the service to claim tax relief. You can claim and get taxed 6 months a week. You can claim if your employer hasn't paid your expenses. Yeah, accept and continue. So then ask you some questions. So when did you start working from home? So I ask you to check your claim. You started working from home on the 7th, yes. You can now submit your claim. Claim complete. Easy as that. Basically the registration pretty much takes longer than the application. Literally, as you saw, I wasn't really expecting it either. It literally takes 2 seconds. Claim complete will change your tax code. We'll let you know about your tax code change by post. And what happens next, we'll increase the amount you can earn tax-free for this tax year. You should be able to see your changes to your tax code after 2 working days. That's it. So as you saw, this is super simple and easy. It literally takes you 30 seconds to do. Just make sure you've got the, so basically all your details to register, so like your passport or your payslip or your driving license. And then once you actually do your claim, you just need to work out when you've started to work from home. Once you've done that, it's a few clicks and then you get a notification or a confirmation in the post in a few days. And that's basically it. It's super easy. And then you get your, well, depending on how much you pay, you get your £60 or 120 or 140 pounds back in the tax relief, and happy days. So I hope that has helped. One last thing I want to say is I'll definitely, if I were you, just make sure you get on this. It's always worth a try. If you don't ask, you don't get. And it's the same thing with working from home. So if you are struggling, if you do need, say, any equipment, say, I know people have been getting desks, chairs, keyboards, all sorts, just ask your employer. I know a lot of them are offering to send you or give out, basically, like I said, chairs, desks, to make it easier for you, because they understand times are different. A lot of offices are sort of closing down and moving to remote working. So again, if you don't ask, you don't get. So ask about a chair, ask about a desk, and basically try and make it as comfortable for you as you can. But that's it from me now. If you would like to see a dedicated video to working from home, how to make the most of it, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you being here, and remember, save money so that one day that money can save you. I'll see you next time.